Hey, this is Munir Bahar, Core Construction, and I just want to stress something and really get this message across to as many people as possible. Well, I want to debunk something. I want to debunk this myth that building a house is something that's easy to do, especially in today's time, post-pandemic. Building a custom house, there's the world of flipping houses, and I'm really finding it annoying. And I think I don't know, it's just, I'm a passionate builder. I find it annoying, the many voices that are trying to persuade people to think that this thing is easy. Now, I'm not a house flipper. I do build homes. I build custom homes for myself. I'm a DIY builder. I'm a contractor, but I build homes for myself. I build spaces for my own personal use or commercial use. So I'm not a flipper. I don't want to be confused as someone that's trying to teach people how to flip. That's a whole different mindset. But when it comes to building a residential asset or commercial asset, that's my lane. That's my expertise. That is what I know. That is what I do. And that is what I study. And there is nothing easy about it. So regardless of what you want to do with the asset, whether you're going to use it or whether you're going to flip it, it really doesn't matter. The process of creating that asset, the process of building, is a challenging process, even for a seasoned veteran. There's nothing easy about it. And I'm a very passionate artist. I love my work. I love building. I've been building for maybe 15 years. I mean, the first 5 years was just fooling around with some kitchens and some bathrooms and a little bit of interior remodeling. But then 10 years, 2013 is when I really started a lot of commercial building. So building on a bigger scale, and I've done a lot of different work. My point is, I'm still studying. There's still so much for me to learn. I mean, I have tons of books, code books and building books. I mean, there's just so much to building science. It's not easy, but it's not difficult, or it's not impossible. You can do it. Anyone can do it. If you have the habits of someone who studies. All right. So when I see all these, real estate, quote unquote, gurus promoting their courses and stuff online, I'm not knocking anybody's business model, but in order to sell tickets, don't lie to people. Okay, in order to sell your course, you don't have to spread myths. Do this with no money or flip real estate with no. Listen, all of that is just some sham talk. Okay, they're trying to get you to think that it's easy so you can buy something that they're selling. The secrets to flip. There's no secrets. All the information is in books. It's on the internet. The resources are there to learn. What the individual has to have is the discipline. The individual has to have the management capacity. The individual has to use their brain power. We're in the age of dumbness. I know people don't want to use their brains anymore. Well, if you don't want to use your brain, you won't be successful in building any type of real estate asset. So I just want to stress to people, this is a field that requires study. It requires brain resources. It requires time. It requires you to learn new things. It requires you to gain information, research, find information, store that information, access that information. It requires a lot of mental work. You can be successful. There are tons of successful builders out here. There are tons of successful people that are using these talents to build. I follow them. I study from others. I'm inspired by others, but I'm not a fool as to think that this thing can be done with no effort or with no money or with no brain power or do it in your spare time. No. Especially if you're the person like myself, you're the DIY person and you're going to build your own home. And you can do it. I've done it. So Collington Avenue was my first home I built from scratch. My house prior to that was more of a renovation. And I'm on my second full build from scratch house. And what I mean from scratch, I mean, so there's the farmhouse, and people following my channel know what I'm talking about. It's a 98-year-old farmhouse, and I'm just revamping this house and turning it into a mansion, right? Or my mini mansion. So I've done this a couple times. It's not my first rodeo, but I'm still learning. I'm still improving, and there's still a lot to take in. And this isn't no part-time thing. Like, it's a full-time investment. Okay, so for those who want to build your own custom home, for those that enjoy the satisfaction of saying, I built this home for my family, and that's a noble thing. I'm proud of that. Just know that it's going to require a lot of time and investment on your part. And more important than the financial investment is going to take the mental investment, your brain capacity. Right? That has to be there with no doubt. You have to have the brain room available for this journey. So don't believe the myth. Don't believe the hype. And you can be successful, but understand it's going to take a lot of usage of this thing up here. And that's just what it requires. We're studying science. You're applying science. When you actually build, that's applying the science. And building science is a very, very, very huge field. So that's just a little message that I want to get across right now. So keep learning, keep studying, and I hope everyone can be successful in their projects. But it's definitely going to be determined by how you use this thing up here.